Welcome to Dark Capers Blender Tutorials. This is episode 2, how to edit mesh. So the first thing we're going to do is go up to File, click New, and start from afresh. So back to our starting scene, which just has the cube in the center. Now to turn this cube from object mode into something that we can edit, all we have to do is press Tab on the keyboard, turn it into edit mode. That will be displayed down here to tell you which mode you're in. You can also change it from object to edit mode just by selecting the option in this menu here. Now we're in edit mode, we have three options. We have vertices, which are the points and the corners, edges, which are the lines, and faces, which are the solid parts of the mesh. So we have all three options down here in these three buttons. If we just left click the vertice one and then right click on one of the points, we select a vertice. We can now move this vertice around to shape the object. Same movement as controls as we're on the object. If we want to bring this back to a cube again, we just hold Control, tap Z, keep tapping Z until you're back to a cube. So just spend a minute right clicking the points so you get the control down. And once you've done that, left click the edge button. If we right click on one of the black lines, we can select an edge. And then same again, we can move it and press R to rotate it and S to scale it. Again, Control Z when you're done playing around with that to get it back to the cube. Just spend a minute practicing clicking and moving edges. And finally, left click on the polygon and these little dots will appear. We right click these faces, we can move these around to affect the object's size and shape. We can rotate them and we can scale them. Same as before. Be very careful you don't go inside itself, you'll know, because the mesh will go very strange all of a sudden. We want the mesh to look solid. So that's gone inside itself, and that's fine. I will go into that in a later video. Okay, while in faces mode, if we right click the top face and press E on the keyboard, it will extrude. It will add more geometry to the mesh. So click another face, press E and just drag. Select a face, press E, then press E and drag. Sorry about that, I didn't press E hard enough. This just adds some more mesh to the shape that you can then use the other two vertices or edges to just start shaping the mesh into a more complicated form, like so. Another thing you can do with extrude, so if I go back to faces again, let's select a face. If I press E to extrude and then don't move it, and then press S to scale, I can scale inwards to inset the face. and then I can click extrude again, extrude out. So again, right clicking your face, pressing E, and then pressing S to scale it. Scaling it inwards towards the dot, left clicking to finish, and then pressing E again to extrude. And finally, the last tool we're going to look at is the loop cut tool. So in Tools, up here, if we scroll down, we'll find one called Loop Cut and Slide. Left click that, and then hover over the mesh, and then you'll see these purple lines appear. By hovering over the black edges, it will change the position of the cut. So if I hover over a downward line, it will cut sideways. If I hover over a top line, a line that is on the top and not the side, it will do a downward cut. As you can see, side, top. Now, if I left click once, I can now slide just by dragging the mouse without clicking. I can decide where the cut is, and then by left clicking, I finalize the cut. So now that's part of the mesh. Let's go do that one more time. So left click, loop cut and slide. Hover over the line that you want to cut. Left click, and then you can drag without clicking. So you just click left click once, and then just drag with the mouse, left click when you're happy. So that's the end of episode 2. Thank you for listening.